Boom bap. God, I sounded like Boris Johnson when I said that. Do you want a boom bap? Groove verse. Guys, we've got one more headliner, then we're going to reveal the winner. I am so excited to be announcing this name on this stage here tonight at Grooveverse. This next poet is someone that I've been following for many a year, and it's an absolute pleasure to have him come and do this show. I'm not going to say any more, because I don't need to. You need to go crazy for the incredible Nego True!
Can you hear me? Let's stop the music for a second, please. Sorry, I hope that wasn't too abrupt. Hey everyone, hope everyone's well. I'm Nego, and yeah, I'm gonna do some poems for you. I changed my complete set around when I started watching the show from the audience, and I started wanting to be a bit more direct. So the first one I want to do. Don't know how to word this, but I want to speak to Zeph, who performed earlier. As I was walking in, I saw his performance, and if I'm honest, I went up to him and I said, "Bro, you're amazing." And the line that stood out to me was, "The way that I heal is by either outperforming them or being better." What was it, Zeph? The way that I heal is to work harder than them. See the confidence there. And the thing I said to him, I don't want to take too long before I do the poem. The thing I said to him was, he told me that he'd been listening to me since he was about 10 or 11. And I said to him, I don't think you understand what that means to me. Because I guess one thing that happens with spoken word or music or anything is you get isolated. You start thinking about the numbers, the views, the money, stuff like that. It's kind of like you live two different lives. When you're outside, you're who you are. And then when you're inside, you're the artist, you're the craft or whatever. And I say that to say, I remember writing a poem to tell myself to never get complacent. And I always lived by it. And when I saw Zeph, I thought, I don't think you know how talented you are. Like, I genuinely don't think you know how talented you are. And I kind of hope this sticks in your memory. Take it as an insult, take it as a compliment. Whatever you need to do to remember it. With the band, sorry about this, you know what I'm saying? We ain't rehearsed. Great to meet you all, by the way, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. I'd say, just start off with the 1s and 2s, flip it to the 7, you know what I'm saying? Trombone, all of that, yeah, let's go. The only instruction I'll give is, my priority is the word, so as long as I can be heard, just go with whatever you feel makes sense. Watch what you think is perfect should make you practice. Practice should never make perfect. Because the hunger should tell you that you haven't done enough when the world will say you've earned it. You never get complacent and you always keep working, because one day, the kid that looks up to you will step into the spot that you deserted. You see, I remember playing football as a kid in the lowest division. After we scored our first goal, our manager would shout that our team isn't winning. He would shout as we run back and told each other to dig in. It's still 0-0, get back in your positions. You see, this is not the hunger that fills at your belly. This is the hunger that you feel when you're at home. The one that keeps you up because you feel like you haven't done enough. This is Diddy when he was Puff. This is a single mum thinking back to her first son. This is when you wrote your first lyrics. And the older stood around you getting hyped as you were spitting. This is when the mic cuts off in the middle of your show. And you forget your... You forget your lyrics. But you keep on going like you planned it or you meant it from the goal. This is that childlike hunger you won't get when you're older. This is when a Christian first gets saved. When a Muslim first takes his shahada. This is when you first got brave. This is me stepping off the chair in the barbers. This is Ryan Giggs against Arsenal 99. The moment the ball touches feet, Sully breaks when he first got the idea for R.I.P. Alex Ferguson leaving Aberdeen. You see, watching what you think is perfect should make you practice. Practice should never make perfect. You see, this is your talent before got you paid up. This is when the light goes off and your mum ain't got money, so you need to think about ways to get the wage up. This is the night before your interview. Ironing your shirt so you don't have to do much after you wake up. This is you. Before you gave up. You see, sometimes you need to lose more than you need to win, because it's easy to get comfortable in a spot they ain't in. I feel like Wenger only learnt when Arsenal ended up 5th, and Trevor only learnt when Little Mo flicked. It's not about what you fool, it's about if you stand again. See, I don't care if your mum, dad, brother, granddad died. You better keep on going like this is for their life. Carve Terrell or my big brother was still here, they'd probably look me in my eyes and tell me, keep on going, you ain't got much time. See, emotions never stop time. So you better use how you feel as fuel. I said emotions never stop time. So you better use how you feel as scrap that. You give up. Maybe your mum can keep struggling, or your little brother can be the rock. But I really came from the bottom. So if you give me one, I'll take that shot. And on my life, there's no remorse if any of you slip up. I'll be there to take that spot. You see, watching what you think is perfect should make you practice. Practice should never make perfect. True. Boom. Let's be transparent. Let's be transparent. Changing the set, I've got no clue which poem's next, so we just gonna figure it out and keep going. And let's be transparent about something else. This jacket is just for show. I'm hot as flip. I know everyone was thinking it as well, like, what's this guy doing? Listen, I saw the quality of the cameras. I said, yo, bring me that winter jacket. I don't care what month it is. We're gonna go to the next part. I changed my set so that a lot of it was actually quite influenced by the poets that came before me on this stage. Salute published author Tyrone Lewis. My apologies. Published author Tyrone Lewis. He did a poem about his mother, Jenny. I don't know the right words to say, man. I hope you know. I don't want to say the wrong words, man, but bless you. I want to give you a lot of poem about fathers that I wrote that I guess changed my life. When I do this, could everyone say one? How the flip you do it? How you do it through your eyes? Show me a through your hands, Yula. Don't do that. Oh yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah. I wrote this poem about I guess like me and my friends and our situations. Give me the thing with the, you know what I'm saying, and the 7 and bring the emotion in that, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. There's things our parents said to us growing up that they probably think we forgot. Wait, do change it up a little bit though, please. There's things our parents said to us growing up they probably think we forgot. But as kids, we soak in those words you said when you were cross. You see, I forgive, I don't forget. I live, I don't regret. And they might call me soft for writing this, you see, but I just got one question and maybe then I'll be free. Daddy, are you proud of me? Whiskey in my cup, holding back tears in my eyes. I heard you and Mum arguing again non-stop through the night. I know it was about money. We've never really had a dime. And I'm too young to work, so I'm considering crime. I figured if I could provide for me, then you won't have to. I used to take your money when it was laying on the dresser. Maybe this is my fault too. I don't know. Maybe I could buy myself my own school uniform, even give back to you. And if I'm honest, I don't want to live that life, but I don't know. Isn't that what's that, the running tune? Oh, sorry. You lot heard that as well, right? That's the one, yeah. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I know there's time in that. Even give back to you. And if I'm honest, I don't want to live that life, but I don't know. Maybe if your mum had money, then you'll stick around this time. Maybe you'll be here on my birthday. Maybe mum won't cry. So I'm looking in the mirror like this ain't drug money. This is dad couldn't do it. I still had to feed my mum money. So I feed me now so you and mum can breathe. Daddy, are you proud of me? See, sending money and spending time are not the same thing. Because mum played dad while you were looking after other women's kids. And you can skip the once a year calls on my birthday. I'd rather know if you meant to have me in the first place. See, mum's always out working to provide, and sometimes she goes over the top with how she disciplines, but then I sit and think she has to play the role with a man or woman without the help of a guy. You see, sometimes I wish you were here, but it's better that you're not if I'm real with it. Because you claim you love me, but I constantly saw you make mum upset. Then one day disappear and you left me to deal with it. And you wanna know why I'm an idiot? Because I'm with someone and they're just like you, shouting abuse with that same tongue, ask me what's wrong an hour later. Just like you, doesn't understand that respect and fear are not the same thing. Just like you, and when my friends are telling me to up and leave, I bring it to conversation, I start to sit and think I don't feel letting go is being free. Because this must be love. I mean, I learned it from you. And as sad as it sounds, I still want you to be proud you had me. So I got one question and maybe then I'll be free. Daddy, are you proud of me? It is what it is. I never knew you growing up. Mum never really mentioned you. And it's not that I hate you, but if I had to choose the man of the house between you and mum, then I choose everyone but you. You told me be everything I can be when I finally met you. I used to sit and think I want to be a father, but not like you. Grow up to be a man, but not like you. You know how many men would have killed to have a wife like yours, but not a dad like you? So now I'm the man of the house, and if anyone says I resemble my father in the slightest, I tell them that I'm everything that's not you. I'm nothing like you. So I don't have one more question, I'm already free. I couldn't care less if you're proud of me. Whiskey in my cup, holding my tears in my eyes. I watch you and learn how to keep all the emotions inside. You know, smile around guests but have no emotion when you're with your own family. Some call it pride. People that meet me usually ask how I keep happy all the time. I'm the one that makes all my friends smile. I'm the one they come to for advice. I never tell you what's wrong, I just respond with cool. Not because you're a bad guy, Dad. I just don't want to disappoint you. Because when you say I can tell you anything, I know in my head I can't, because I've seen how you respond to smaller things and I don't want to take the chance. See, I got a million questions that I wish I could ask, but I just keep myself to myself as the memories pass. Headphones in, shut out from the world. I wish I could have hired you when I was a kid, so I could have spent more time with you and did the things that fathers and sons did. You see, I always looked up to you, but you're always out of reach. I saw you as a hero, you know, but some heroes are unseen. You taught me to be hard, and you told me to believe. I'm the man now, Dad. People listen when I speak, but that's not enough though, is it? Because I see you every day and I still don't know you. See, I studied hard and eventually worked, even helped out a little bit in your church. Respect and fear are not the same thing. At least I learned that for free. So I got one question and maybe then I'll be free. Daddy, are you proud of me? Strip it back for this one, please. Whiskey in my cup, tears in my eyes. Everyone's complaining about their dad, I just wish mine was alive. Never had a lot of memories, but I cherish what I remember. Your sister always tells me stories about you. I know she won't forget you. It's me, Dad. Remember everyone used to say I look just like you. And sometimes I need guidance, so I ask myself what you would do. And if I'm honest, I didn't get to know you how I should have known you, and that's what's really getting to me. I've done a lot since, Dad. Mum says you be proud, but we're still in the same flat. One day we'll be out, and I'm not little no more. If only you could see, sitting by your grave, no one else but you and me, and I just got one question, and maybe then I'll be free. Daddy, are you proud of me? True. Alright, can I keep it honest with you lot, yeah? The best part of that whole performance was that little chime thing you did at the end. That was cold. I'm sorry. I tried not to smile. Obviously, it's a very serious poem. When I heard ding, I said, oh my God, that was wavy. I'm sorry, let me focus. I only got two more. I don't want to bore you lot or take too much time. As I said, we completely changed. I was rehearsing my full order at home. This is my missus, by the way, my wife. Everyone give her a round of applause. Yeah, man got married and that, you know what I'm saying? You saying, man them, were you like, what you saying? You all about to propose, yeah? No pressure. A random fact is, since we've been in a relationship, I've only performed in front of her. That sounds crazy, but I've only performed on a stage in front of her once, and I completely messed it up. When I say I messed it up, I've never forgot my lines at a show ever. Actually, I did once, and I pretended I didn't, and I think I said something like, at one of my headline shows, if anyone was there, I'm sorry, but I said something like, the poem just brings back some memories or something, and then everyone believed me, and then I started the poem again and I remembered it. But I performed once and I forgot every single, when I say I forgot every line, I don't mean stumbled and went back. I forgot every single line. And as we was coming today, I was rehearsing with her at home and I was forgetting every line in front of her again. And she said something like, if I make you nervous, don't worry, I won't come, or something like that. And obviously, madam, you know, it's like, you know what I'm saying, you can't see, no, you know what I'm saying? I'm joking. But what it made me realize was I've got to be quick in it, yeah, let me not. What was getting to me was, as I said to you, I always separated the person from who was on stage. And for the first time, the person in front of me knew both people. So every line I'm saying, I'm looking at her like, oh, are you gonna question this? Or you've actually seen this? Except you're not, the best way to put it, you're not a hero. You're human. There's nothing she's saying. She's smiling in the crowd, joyful. But it brought it to reality. But let me do these last 2 poems before they have to pay a fine or something crazy like that. Because I'm not covering it. I'm joking. Yeah, this one's called, yeah, let's just go for it. This one's called Pick Your Poison. Let's lead with keys, and then everyone join in when it just seems like it makes sense, innit? Like, I'm sorry for the terrible direction. I'm trying. I want to ask you what's worse. A pastor that's always lived there with his son but never been there for his son, or a prisoner who's never lived there with his son but always been there for his son. I want to ask you what's worse. A single mother that spends 40 hours a week trying to feed her son but never really gets to see her son, or a single mother that spends 40 hours a week trying to see her son but never really gets to feed her son. I'm trying to ask you what's worse. Because the one thing I've learned is life is all about sacrifice. Sometimes you have to put something beautiful last to make something beautiful last. You have to pick your poison. Would you rather give an alcoholic cocaine or a drug addict Hennessy? I'm trying to ask you what's worse. Because there's a dangerous thin line between what's right and what could be justified in your mind. Let me explain. You walk into a jail cell, a murderer might tell you at least he hasn't raped anyone. And a rapist might tell you at least he hasn't murdered anyone. They know they're both wrong. They're just trying to figure out what's worse. They're trying to get you to pick their poison. Because how do you judge what's right from wrong? Do you base it on your religion as it stands, your moral high ground as a man, the way you were raised by your family, the law of the land? I'm trying to ask you what's worse. Pick your poison. Is it love or lust, truth or happiness, peace or justice? I'm trying to ask you what's worse. Look, I'm not seeking success or even love yet, but when you lose your friend to some needless dumb kid, you're left with one question. What comes first? Peace or justice? Because when the justice doesn't come, you think it's because the peace hasn't come yet. And when the peace doesn't come, you think it's because the justice hasn't come yet. So when you do everything in your power to leave the person responsible either in jail or dead, and you realize it doesn't bring back your friend, you realize you lost peace trying to chase justice, but you do nothing, and you lose justice trying to chase peace. I'm trying to ask you what's worse. Ladies, you make love trying to find it. Girls, you know when you got your ex, right? And you see him with a new girl, and she ain't even nice on the eyesight. Your friend rings you up like, she ain't even a 5, right? She ain't even got the right 5. She ain't even his type. And your friend tells you he downgraded. Ladies, you been through that, yeah? Just give me a nod. I know some of you don't want to make noise. Give me a little nod. Well, basically, I'm trying to tell you, if your basis for the fact that he downgraded is the fact that her looks are basic, he's not the one that downgraded. You picked your poison. See, I let my mum down trying to save her. Raised in a church building by atheists. Dad was more concerned with sham face than he was with sham faith. I lost my friend young. Police got there too late to save him from the cemetery. So when I saw my friend get rushed, I knew I had to jump in. Cause if I rang 999, they weren't getting to me. Say it's right, or he's getting buried. Fight, or he's in a cemetery. I learned young, there's a difference between what's right and what's necessary. I had to pick my poison. I'll tell you my problem. I always say a prayer the night before court. Never said a prayer the night before I got caught. So I want to ask God what's worse. The man that's only ever said a prayer for the purpose of forgiveness, or a man that never said a prayer but he never did the crime to begin with. The rapper that you say is leading everyone to hell, versus the fact that you're a believer that rebels. I'm trying to ask you what's worse. Pick your poison. I'll tell you my poisons. I'm a hypocrite. And sometimes I tell lies. So next time I judge a man's intentions before his actions, his reasons before his mistakes, I'll be the first to tell you my problems. I'm a hypocrite and sometimes I tell lies. I picked mine. What's your poison? True. I'm doing the last one, but just out of respect, where's Ted? Am I good for time? Yeah, just the last one, yeah, for sure. You should get off the stage, dog. I had to choose between two for the last. Hands up for Savage. I'm not giving you any backstory, no context, nothing. You just have to take it from a word. Hands up. Okay, hands up for. Oh, this is going to make you lot feel bare guilty. Hands up for Africa. Hands up for Savage. Okay, Savage won. You know what I'm saying? No comment. You know what I'm saying? No. Yeah, this is... No excuses. Let's get to it. Who should lead? All right, there was a point here where in the poem earlier, someone said, this poem's so black, it can play bass. And then me and him just started laughing, like. So yeah, if you could start, please. You'll still cut out the word when you're singing the lyrics, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah, he tried to play the blackest thing he could play on the bass. A bit more chilled. We're still at poetry show, it's calm, bro. Man thought I was DMX or something, you know. Alright, cool. Sorry, let me do this last one. Sorry. When you brought down your past to me, the number of past partners isn't what set off alarms for me. It was the fact that over years, there wasn't a single gap that parted partners, links, and guys that you would see. You were a revolving door of relationships. I might get cancelled for this poem, by the way, but I don't care. You're not savage. You're just emotionally damaged. I don't say that to take the piss, but I don't say that to take the piss, but somehow it started making sense for real. You're not in love with me. You're in love with the gap that you can feel. You're in love with the idea of love. The one that could cover your insecurities up. I pray you learn to find peace in your own company. And you stop masking up your need for attention and savagery. I pray you find comfort in yourself and what you could be. And date all the men you want. But only fall in love with the one that you need. I don't think you're looking for someone to love. In fact, sometimes it seems like you're looking for someone to love you back. You're not savage. You're just emotionally damaged. So when times get tough and you're looking for him to save things, well, in relationships, sometimes things happen. But you need to reach the finish line with the one that you stand with. But if you spend your whole love life piggybacking, when he's broken and he needs someone to hold up his He needs someone to hold the emotional baggage. Well, you ain't gonna know what to do when he hands you the baton. You wanna know why it's easy. Pause for a second. You wanna know why you should live your life before you find a partner, huh? Because you can't handle someone else's emotional baggage if the only way you know how to handle yours is to pass it on. You're not savage. You're just emotionally damaged. Who are you? Because to invest so much time in a person means you inherit their likes, dislikes, and even how they word things. Are you strong enough in yourself to step into the world and say you know what you want as a girl? I want to know who you were before you were influenced by your past partner. Which past made you the woman that started this path before you started serving partners as masters? If you don't do it, someone else will. Attitude speaks for itself. Hence why you always look for someone better without bettering yourself. You're not savage. The man them are clicking bare loud. You're just emotionally damaged. You insulted your exes by telling me they were insecure. But your insecurities are the only reason you're telling me you need someone at all. You find your value in how valuable they find you. And how many men you could boast about turning down, but the offering a crown means nothing if it's been offered around. Forget that for now. When he'd mess up, you tell him be a man. When you'd mess up, you blame everyone in the past for the character flaws that you have. Sometimes it doesn't feel like you're looking for a man. Sometimes it feels like you're looking for a... We've all had our hearts stung. But I'm willing to bet £100 you blame your next breakup on your last one. You're not savage. You're just emotionally damaged. You're not savage. You're just emotionally damaged. Looking for a love life before you learn to love life. So when all is said and done, and you're together for a year, 10 or even 30 some, God forbid the worst and it doesn't work, you and him say it isn't worth it, hun. When he goes, you'll emotionally still be the same age you were when you first begun because you never grew up. You just piggyback love so you never had to step on the earth on your ones. I'm scared. You'll never know how to tell your daughter or son how emotions work without passing them on to a person they trust. I'm scared. You'll never know how to divert through the worst without having to revert to someone. I'm scared. You'll never know how to deal with the worst without reverting to the worst of someone you love. I'm scared. You'll never know how to tell your daughter her worth is more than who's willing to court her first. Why do you think you always accept the worst? Because subconsciously you need one of these to work to define your worth, so you accept the worst of behaviors until you can find someone you can treat as a savior. That's why all of these relationships overlap. Because you can't let one go until you can get to another man. Sometimes it doesn't feel like you're looking for love. Sometimes it feels like you're looking for a dad. You want to know why your standards are bad? Because you're giving men brownie points based on the fact they don't have the negatives that your ex had. Love is like a beautiful empty room that you fill with plants of the pictures, moments, sex of you and your partner from the day that you met. And as those plants die, you have to refill it again and again, and any room can get overfilled until the day that you can't take in the scent. It can go from feeling like your living room to a jail cell in the end, and the thing about jail is it takes you away from civilization until you release with the chains that you came in with, and on the day that you're free, you'll emotionally still be the same age you were when you met. You'll want to be a wife has got you thinking you love men you don't even like. Gary's not great for you. He's just great for the time. Every man is a new experience. What worked on the last may mean nothing to the next, so I can see through your what do you bring to the table, I bring the whole table attitude. Don't tell me what you bring to the table. If everything you brought is from someone else's barbecue, please. Please. Don't feel like you can't be loved. Dear Miss Savage, being single doesn't mean that you failed. Your partners are not a reflection of your worth as a girl. You've got this. So dear Miss Savage, there's nothing wrong with being emotionally damaged. Take time, live life, plan it, confide in friends and find support so you don't have to find it in random men. There's nothing wrong with being emotionally damaged as long as you accept that you are, work on yourself, and eventually you can go back to being a bad... True. Thank you. Am I?
Give it up for Nego True, everybody!
Thank you. Everyone, I just want to say thank you. Sorry for all the talking in between. Give a massive round of applause to Ted, to the event, to the band, to everyone. I've been Neegs. Yeah, just find me, innit? True.
One more time for Nego True, everybody!